Alright, recording. Yep. Anyway, found the first cicada emerged, but he unfortunately walked into the cat food dish and drowned as it rained. Very wet here. So anyway, have to be on the lookout. Cicadia, or Zacadi. Well, it doesn't matter. I will say it as I say it, and it will be understood as being close enough. Yeah, by people of fair mind. Anyway, alright, so keeps coming up a recurring theme of this argumentation with atheists. Apparent atheists can't figure out what a sentient being is, which is really hilarious. And that sentience is, generate value. But they think because there's no God to record the value, therefore the value doesn't exist, because nobody says so. So without a God, just look down at it and say, hey, that guy got cheated. That is a bad thing. And so if a God doesn't say it's a bad thing, it's not a bad thing. I mean, they're really, that's insane. I mean, really, I don't have any words for it. Infantile, so philosophically immature, it's more laughable than the Noah story. This idea that you need a witness for the crime to take place as a crime. It's not a crime if there's no witness. It's just so anyway, and also this idea of, the difference between values, things we personally value, and value, that is actual creation or manifestation of value, in the sense of, like I said, the simple argument that we, as sentient beings, all sentient creatures, generate value. It's almost like we're making carbon dioxide. When you have a value experience, let's say when you had a negative value experience, you create carbon dioxide. When you have a positive sentient experience, in the sense you're satisfied, let's pretend you sink some carbon, okay? You take carbon from the atmosphere and you turn it, you stabilize it. So, by that would be the argument that is the most convenient to you people. But and I would argue that's not the truth. But regardless, let's just say there was such a thing as a positive value that you could generate that didn't have something to do with cleaning up somebody else's mess, somebody else's sentient mess, somebody in distress. That you could somehow do something that was intrinsically and fundamentally positive without satisfying your own problem or somebody else's problem. Well, anyway, the point of the metaphor is that you get the idea. There would be an exchange taking place into the atmosphere of our value, the value we create. So when we're sad and unhappy, we leak carbon dioxide. When we're happy and comfortable, we take in the carbon dioxide. And you could see that the atmosphere would have a total based on what the animals are doing, what they're producing, whether they're producing more sadness or more happiness. Yeah. And so the argument is that value essentially is produced in the same way. That there isn't any carbon dioxide to be monitored, but that it is a reality. As we progress through time, having experiences, those experiences are real, and they're part of a truth. Now, somebody could record that truth, but no one needs to record the truth for the truth to exist. And we can certainly approximate the truth. We don't need to have exact records. We don't need to know exactly how many people died in the Trail of Tears, or exactly how many did this, or how many have been, run over by steamrollers. We don't have to have exact numbers to know these are negative experiences that have taken place. You can understand that. You can understand that a slaughterhouse is producing some negative sensations, some unpleasantness. Yeah, you can figure that out. That's part of the price paid for our existence. This is just the logic of, 1 plus 1 equals 2. I mean, this is rudimentary logical math. So anyway, so again, there's this difference between the contention that organisms are value makers by just having experiences. That's the simple statement. That every time we do that, regardless of the circumstance, what we feel has value, weight. Okay, positive, negative, whatever. It has value, weight at all times. Any sentient existing is a significant sentient. Now, you could argue some more significant than others, of course, but the bottom line is sensations taking place somewhere. It seems infinitely logical to say something important is happening. Something that needs accounting if you're going to make statements about the efficiency or function of the machine that created them, that is responsible for their existence. That thing can't be described as inefficient or efficient without accounting for the value produced through the experience produced. Okay, so it's about the experience. You don't need to understand the experience. You don't need to have an understanding of the context of your experience. All you need to do is be able to feel, to have significance in this equation of function, to be a producer of the carbon dioxide. It's not very complicated and such. And the water's kind of high, and I likely will get wet feet. And as long as I don't fall in, I guess that ain't so bad relative to all the other shit in the universe. Yeah. So here we go. It's going to be fun. Maybe. Possibly. Doubtfully. Improbably. There. Didn't get wet at all. Didn't even touch the water. I'm like Jesus or something. Yeah, ignore that squishing sound. It's really not my feet. No. Alright, anyway, I think that's enough of a video. But this is, I guess we're going to have to just keep picking this to pieces to get people to understand that values are something you calculate, wherein value is something being established as a premise. The value is created by sentient beings having conscious experience. Either you're on board with that or you're not. There really isn't anything to say, right? I mean, it's so fundamental that if we can't agree on that, we have to be like mortal enemies or something. Because, yeah, the only thing I think that's valuable in the universe, you're saying isn't valuable. I mean, fuck. That's pretty dramatic. So anyway, and then there's the other value equation, which is the manifestation of value that takes place in our consciousness. What do I personally need to be happy? What do I personally need to avoid being sad? Those definitions are very different than the fundamental definition of me happy, me sad. Me happy, me sad has universal value meaning. What makes me happy or sad does not necessarily have any universal value relevance. Oh, cool, there's a string right in the middle of the lens. You see that? It's pretty cool, I guess you don't. That's unusual. Well, I mean, it's a thread, it's not a string. I don't know how I got it caught in there. Yeah. Fixed, mostly. Alright. Technical issues. yeah. Most of my technical issues involve duct tape in some way or another. But anyway, look at a new pond. I like it. Yeah, nice shape. And it has a kind of earthiness. Oh, there's another one. Flyover. No, anyway, enough of that. Alright, till next time, and such and so forth and whatnot. Thank you.